I made a video the other day about this pre-made that's less than $150, and you guys had a lot of questions, so let's go over the most common ones. Are there different skin tones? So to edit your skin tone, your customizations, your colors, all that kind of stuff, you're going to want to come to the fourth menu in the VTube Studio settings. And from there, you're going to go to Expressions Editor. And from here, you'll see another button here, kind of off to the side. And this will let you create a new expression. And what I did is I made one that says Body Settings. And so it's kind of just an overall one for everything that I need for my customizations. For skin tone, you're going to want to find the skin color section. And these are going to be your main sliders, your hue, your saturation, and your darkness. And so you can just kind of play around with these. You can make it a little bit more saturated. And then once you start going darker, you can scroll this over here. And then you can do the whole rainbow. So you can come in here and play with the colors, turn down the saturation, get more of like a natural tan color if you want to, or if you want to go darker, you can do that. Or again, like I said, you could be the whole rainbow. And this menu is going to be where you pick all your customizations and do all the colors for them. So you're going to be living in this section. As you can see here, these are all the different ones that I have set for my model currently. Now, if you're wanting to get into more of editing the mesh colors and transparencies, that's going to need a separate video again, because that's a lot. Are there animal ears? So right now there are 4 different options for animal ears. One of them is a bunny, which are cute and floppy. And then we can also have a cat, which you guys saw before. And there's a big fluffy tail, and then there's also a thinner tail. Then we also have fox ears, which are also wiggly. And last but not least, we have some cute dog ears. And using the sliders I showed you guys earlier, you can remove your elf/human ears so that you just have the animal ones. Are there POC-friendly hair options? Not at the moment, but the artist is working on actually getting them added for the next big update. Is there a male version? You can make the model pretty flat-chested, but it's not going to be a fully male-presenting option like a lot of you want. But there are a lot of male premades that I've found over the last few days. Both of these models have a bunch of different options, so you can customize it just like this one, and has a pretty good price range as well. What is VBridger, and how do you get yours to track so well? So this is a pretty big question, so I'm going to be making a separate video for it, but the basics are VBridger is an extra plugin for VTube Studio that you can get on Steam. You'll connect your phone to VBridger, and then VBridger over to VTube Studio. But like I said, this one's a little bit more in depth, so I'm going to make a whole separate video for you guys. What filters are you using on your models to make them look like this? So I use a program called Shoost, and you can get it over on Patreon. Again, this is going to be another one that might take a little bit longer to explain, so I'll make a separate video for it. But how do you get the model into VTube Studio? To get your model into VTube Studio, you're going to go ahead and download the zip file that you got when you bought the model. Once you're in there, you'll pick if you want to use the 2K or 4K version. Now, to get to the folder that you need to go ahead and add that file into, you're going to go ahead and click here and open up the top menu in VTube Studio, and then you'll want to use Import Your Own Model. And this will open up a little dialog box that will open up the exact folder that you need to go to. Then once you have that folder open, you'll just take whichever one of these you end up wanting to use and take this whole folder and toss it on in there, and you should see it pop up in VTube Studio. But if you don't see it immediately, you may just need to restart VTube Studio real quick. How do you edit the textures? Now, if you want to edit the actual art meshes of the model to add things like gradients and custom art, all that kind of stuff, you're going to want to go into the model files. And that's going to be the exact same spot that we were just in to add the model to VTube Studio. Once you open up the folder, you'll just open up this specific folder here that has the model name on it, and you should see all these different texture files. These are going to be the files that you want to edit. You'll just want to take it into your favorite photo editor, be it Photoshop, Clip Studio, whichever it is, and edit the art in there. Then you'll just want to go ahead and save it and override the old file, and once you open up your model again and refresh it, you should see your changes on there. And I would recommend making a backup of the original files just in case. And one quick note is the permission to edit these model files directly is not always given to you. For this model in particular, the artist did give the okay to go ahead and edit those art files, but not everybody gives that permission, so just double check if you're using a different premade. Where do I buy this model? And the male ones? TikTok doesn't let me say it, so just click there and it'll take you to a little linky thing that has the links for this model and the 2 male ones. Hopefully this little overview helps answer a bunch of questions that you guys had about this model and some VTubing stuff in general. If you guys do still have some questions, feel free to put them in the comments below, or I actually just added a VTuber and streamer advice forum over in my Discord, so feel free to come join us and ask questions there, or if it's specifically about this model, the artists themselves actually made a Discord of their own that you can go in and get help as well. I hope to have the videos on VBridger, Shoost, and all the other stuff out soon, so make sure to keep an eye out and stick around.